My name is Ryan Mitchell. I am currently a substitute teacher at Upper Marion Area School District. I've earned my health and phys ed degree from Westchester University, and I'm taking this course to complete my adapted physical education certification. I chose to do my presentation on the Fitnessgram and how to modify it for students with low vision and who are blind, so I hope you enjoy. Let's start off by reviewing what low vision and blindness are. The definition of blind is loss of sight. Blindness can be temporary or permanent. Damage to any portion of the eye, optic nerve, or the area of the brain responsible for vision can lead to blindness. There are numerous causes of blindness. The politically correct term for blindness can include visually handicapped and visually challenged. Low vision is also a condition caused by eye disease in which visual acuity is 20/70 or poorer in the better seeing eye and cannot be corrected or improved with regular eyeglasses. When interacting with students or people that are blind, when you first meet them, you're going to wait for him or her to extend their hand for a handshake. Coworkers or peers or friends should identify themselves by the name or by their name when speaking to an individual with visual impairments. You want to speak with a normal tone of voice. You do not want to shout at them. When there are several people in a room, such as during a meeting or in the classroom, each individual should identify themselves to the person who is blind. You also want to indicate the end of a conversation before walking away. You can also feel free to use vision-oriented words such as see, look, and watch. Don't feel awkward. Be specific when giving directions or descriptions, saying, for instance, the copy machine is located outside. That doesn't really have anything to do with students, but you want to be very descriptive and specific with what you're saying. You don't want to assume a blind person is always in need of assistance and can't do things for themselves. Individuals who are blind or visually impaired may use a long white cane or a dog guide, so you don't want to interfere with their assistance, especially a dog. You don't want to feed a dog when they're assisting a blind person because they're working and they are on duty. So moving on to some quick modifications for visually impaired. When working with team sports, with some accommodations, a student with visual impairments can participate in team sports. Possible auditory accommodations for the phys ed atmosphere include beeping balls or balls with bells, beeping goalposts, rice and beach balls or volleyballs can be a sound source. Beeps or play music, beeping bases for kickball or softball, or radios to locate targets. And possible visual accommodations could include brightly colored balls or those that offer high contrast to their surroundings. You can use bright pylons beside bases and padded and brightly colored goalposts. Fluorescent tape can also be useful to mark boundaries in the gym and outdoors. Modification when working with students when they're running. A guide can be used to run with the students in order to encourage the participation and foster some social interactions and exchanges. However, to promote the independence and encourage running is very important. You can use guide wire system or rope that is securely anchored to the wall or can be attached to poles. You can attach a PVC tube to the rope or wire so the students can run that PVC pipe along the wire and the rope. This allows the students to run freely and to not be dependent on a sighted guide, such as a peer. Also, running in an open field with no assistance is an option if there's nothing dangerous around. If you use a portable sound source, the student can be encouraged to run towards the sound source. And for indoors, an indoor option can lead to greater independence and lifelong fitness to provide the students with a treadmill. they can run on a treadmill usually by themselves because it's in place. So those are good strategies for modifications for running. Now let's focus on the Fitnessgram. What is the Fitnessgram? The Fitnessgram is a tool to help you determine your fitness needs and guides you in planning a personalized physical activity program for your students. The Fitnessgram establishes a baseline of healthy fitness zones from which a student can set goals and check their progress in a non-competitive way, and to plan for lifelong physical activity and maintain and improve their overall fitness levels. This health-related fitness assessment measures a student's aerobic capacity, muscular strength and endurance, flexibility, and body composition. The Fitnessgram provides recommended activities program that options that will help the students reach healthy fitness zones in those areas where improvement is needed. So this will let me know what they need to improve on. And then, like I said, Fitnessgram does not place an emphasis on skill or sport-related fitness, and it does not compare students to other students. It's not competitive. It only helps the students be aware of what they need to improve on. There are 6 test items in the Fitnessgram. These tests include the pacer test, or the 1 mile walk or run, which focuses on aerobic capacity. Then you have the push-up, which focuses on upper body, muscular strength, and endurance. You have the curl-up, which focuses on abdominal muscular endurance and strength. You have the sit-up, or the sit and reach and shoulder stretch, which focuses on flexibility. And then trunkless, focus on the trunk extensor endurance and strength. And finally, you have the body mass index, also known as the body composition. During the pacer and curl-up videos, I want you to think of 2 ways to modify each test for students with low vision or who are blind. I want you to write these down on a piece of paper anywhere for you to reflect on at the end of the presentation. This way it'll get you thinking about ways to modify and get you thinking about the different tests that you can perform. So now I'm going to introduce the curl-up test. I also have a video of this, so I'm not going to go too in-depth of what the curl-up test is, but the curl-up test measures abdominal strength and endurance, and the students are to complete as many curl-ups as they can. So the next slide, this will show a demonstration and the proper way to perform the curl-up test. The curl-up is the only test option used to measure abdominal strength and endurance in the Fitnessgram. The goal of the curl-up is to complete as many curl-ups as possible, up to a maximum of 75, and to do so at a set cadence or pace. To administer the curl-up, the examiner needs a shin pad and a measuring strip for each small group of students. The measuring strips may be purchased from made of cardboard, rubber, or any similar thin flat material that is thick enough for students to be able to feel the edges with their fingertips. They should be 30 to 35 inches long. 2 widths are needed depending on the age of the students. A 3-inch wide strip is used for students who are ages 5 to 9, and a 4.5-inch wide strip is used for older students. The pacer CD with player is needed as the CD contains a recorded cadence for the curl-up. Examiners may also choose to call the cadence. The pace is 1 curl-up every 3 seconds. The examiner also needs copies of score recording sheets. The examiner will organize the students into small groups for the curl-up. The size and number of groups will depend on the number of students. The examiner can accurately monitor and record the scores. Before the day of the test, students should be provided with opportunities to practice the curl-up. These practice opportunities should include the use of the cadence CD. The warm-up is important to performance on the curl-up. Remember, the goals of the warm-up are to prepare the body for the activity, improve performance, and reduce injuries. Prior to the beginning of the curl-up, the examiner needs to ensure that each student has a partner. 1 student will perform the curl-up, while the partner will help the examiner watch for form tricks. The student performing the test lies with his back to the mat and face looking up. The knees are bent at a 180 we have the push-up. This test measures upper body strength and endurance. So you want the students to begin with their hands under their shoulders, fingers stretched out, legs and back straight. The students to bend arms until their elbows are at 90 degrees, keeping their back and legs straight as they go down. It is important to stay with the cadence from the CD. Students are allowed one incorrect push-up. You need to stop the test on the second incorrect push-up and then record the score. The chart below shows the healthy fitness zones for each age group. The next slide, we have the modified pull-up. This test is an alternative to the push-up and measures upper body strength as well. In this exercise, you want to lie down with your shoulders directly under the bar, then reach up and grab the bar with palms facing away from you. Only your heels should be touching the floor. You want to pull up so that your chest touches the elastic band that is slightly under the bar, and then return to the starting position. Your body must remain straight. Complete as many pull-ups as possible. You do not want to stop and rest. Stop the test on the second incorrect pull-up and record the score. The chart below shows the healthy fitness zones for each age group. The next test is the trunk lift. The trunk lift test measures lower back strength and flexibility. You want to begin by laying on front, toes pointed, and hands under your thighs. You want to place a marker under the mat right under the student's nose. While keeping your eyes looking at that marker on the floor, lift your body up off the floor with your upper body. Your neck should remain straight. You do not want to look up. Hold the position until the measurement is made. You can do 2 trials for this. A height of 12 inches is the highest number you can get and can be recorded. Again, the chart below shows the healthy fitness zones for each age group. Next is the back saver sit and reach. This test measures hamstring flexibility. When performing the sit and reach, you want to remove your shoes and begin the test by sitting in front of the sit and reach box. Bend one leg with sole of the foot flat on the floor, and the other leg is straight with that foot flat against the box. Slowly reach forward 4 times, holding the 4th reach until the measurement is made. The knee of the straight leg should not bend. Your hands must stay lined up evenly, and your hips must remain square to the box. Measure both the right and left sides. Next is body composition. You can measure your body composition a few different ways. First, you can find the percent of body fat from skin fold measures. You need a tool that measures the folded skin in a few positions of your body or locations. You can also find the percent of body fat from a bioelectric impedance analyzer, or you can find your body mass index from your height and weight. All tests make you aware of your body composition. And last but not least, we have the PACER test, everybody's favorite. The PACER test measures cardiovascular endurance, and PACER stands for Progressive Aerobic Cardiovascular Endurance Run. The test is progressive. It starts out easy but gets a little more difficult as each stage progresses. The students will start running when the audio cues say to begin it. A single beep will represent each lap is complete, and then the students must turn and run back to the opposite line they came from. A triple beep indicates advancing to the next stage, and again, it will get more difficult, so the students must keep on running. 2 misses means the test is over, and then you record how many laps you reached. The next slide will go over a little more in depth of what the PACER test looks like. Aerobic capacity in the Fitnessgram. The PACER is a valid and fun option for estimating aerobic capacity. The objective of PACER is for the student to run as long as possible back and forth across a 20-meter distance at a specified pace that gets faster each beat. passes a direction upon the sound of the beep. This is considered the first horn ring. The examiner, with help from the partner, takes note the first time the student fails to reach the line at the sound of the beep. The student immediately turns around and continues the pacer, as he is given one more attempt to regain the pace and reach the line before the next beep. The second time the student cannot reach the line by the beep, this is the second horn break, and the test is complete. The two misses, or horn breaks, do not need to be consecutive. The recorded score is the total number of laps completed by the student. The first horn break is counted as a complete lap. The second horn break, however, is not counted if the lap score is within or exceeds the range of the healthy fitness zone for the student's gender and age. The student meets the performance standard and should continue doing regular physical activity. If the score falls below the range of the healthy fitness zone, this indicates the student will benefit from physical activities designed to improve aerobic capacity. This video was developed to help ensure the pacer is administered in a manner consistent with the Fitnessgram test administration. So hopefully that gave you a good visual and perspective of what the pacer test should look like. I'm going to quickly review it again. The equipment required, you need a flat non-slip surface, marking cone up to 20 meters, and measuring tape. The procedure, there are two variations of this test with lines placed at either 15 or 20 meters apart. The 15-meter test distance is used for the second and third grade, or when there are space limitations. The test involves continuous running between the two lines in time recorded beeps. The time between recorded beeps decrease each minute, the level, requiring an increase in the pace. The students continue until they are unable to keep pace with the beeps, and there are a total of 21 levels. When scoring this, the score is a level and the number of shuttles reached before the athlete or student was unable to keep up with the recording of two consecutive ends. The test scores can be entered into a Fitnessgram software where it can be analyzed. If the 15-meter version is used, there is a conversion chart to convert the scores on the 15-meter pacer compared to the 20-meter score to enter in the Fitnessgram software as well. The target population, the test is suitable for sports teams and school programs for all ages, but not for people in which a maximal exercise test could be considered dangerous. It's pretty reliable. Reliability would depend on how strictly the test is run and the practice allowed for the subjects. Several practice trials would be ideal. The advantages to the test: large groups can perform this test all at once for minimal cost, and also the test continues to maximize effort unlike any other test of endurance capacity. If there is not enough room to conduct the 20-meter test, there is a 15-meter version. If you require, you can convert the score from 15 meters to 20-meter versions. The disadvantages to this is the practice and motivation levels can influence the score attained, and scoring can be subjective. As the test usually conducts outside, the environmental conditions can also affect the results. A few modifications for the pacer can include having the students run with an assistance from a partner or peer, with guide wire or rope assistance. They can trail along a wall or use other tactile assistance. Runners with an assisting partner can use a short tether rope or grasp the partner's elbow. When choosing a method of guidance, you want to make sure it doesn't inhibit the running performance of the student. You want to give the students the opportunity to perform optimally. In this picture here are two examples of how assisting with a short tether rope and grasping an elbow can be effective. Here are a few suggested modifications for the Fitnessgram. The next few slides are some examples on how to modify the Fitnessgram. You'll have to be creative and thoughtful when modifying these tests. Each individual is different and needs specific modifications to allow the students to be challenged but yet successful. I have also attached a PDF file on the assessment checklist for the Fitnessgram, and they also have some modifications for each test. So as I flip through this slide, I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have learned some new strategies when working with students who are visually challenged. I wish you guys all the best of luck with your future endeavors and everything you guys do. So enjoy and have a good one. Thank you.